Hello good people, welcome back with me. Today I would like to share the video about the answer of my final term exam of HRM class. Before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Bella Shafira. My student number is B10241810001. This is Human Resource Management class and my lecturer is Mr. Adi Mursalin, HRM. So in this video, there are three sections. This is the first section. In this section, I must answer the following question. First, mention what I have done in the offline and online classroom during the HRM lecture delivered by my lecturer. How is my lecture attendance of HRM? So actually, in the offline class, I always listen to what is explained by Mr. Adi and friends when presenting material. Several times, I answer the question of a friend who is presenting or ask him a question. Then give a final conclusion, what was learned from the class that day and recorded by Mr. Adi. In the online class, I have recorded 3 review videos and recorded 1 video for the midterm exam. I also made an online presentation. After midterm, I have recorded 2 review videos and also of course making a videos for a final exam. I also ask and answer question friend when my friend make online presentation. I take HRM online class, answer the question given at each online meeting. For my lecture attendance of HRM class, I was always present in HRM class, but there were 2 times absent. The first time was in the midterm class when I was sick and I already have given a doctor's statement to Mr. Adi, and the second time was in the final term class. I was absent is because there was a disruption in my online class support tools. Next question, what books are used in studying HRM? Mention the titles of the HRM books and what do the books discuss. How many chapters does each book have and mention their topics and how do the books benefit me as a student. So actually we use 4 ebooks in studying HRM. There are 1 Human Resource Management, a critical approach. So this book discusses about the emphasis on critical analysis of topics the major in HRM. This book systematically analyzes context of HRM, practice of HRM, and international perspective on HRM. This book contains the issues of diversity, migration, global supply chain, and economic crisis. This book has 20 chapters. They are 1 HRM critical approach, 2 HRM in changing organizational context, 3 strategic HRM critical review, 4 HRM and organizational performance, 5 HRM and ethical perspective, 6 HRM practices to diversity management, individualization, precariousness and precarity, 7 organizational outsourcing and implication for HRM, 8 reconfiguration and regulation of supply chain and HRM in time of economic crisis, 9 is knowledge and organizational learning and its management through HR practices, a critical perspective. 10 is HRM in small and medium-sized enterprises. 11. Recruitment and selection. 12. HR planning, institution, strategy, tools, and techniques. 13. Performance management. 14. Reward management. 15. HR development. 16. Industrial relation and HRM. 17 is HRM in emerging market. 18 is comparative HRM, the debate and the evidence. 19 international HRM, and the last is HRM in the crisis. So this textbook helped me looking to deepen my understanding of the complexities of my field. Next ebook, Effective Communication. This book discusses about the meaning of communication, the overcoming barriers, how to communicate at work, planning our approach, matching the message, choosing our medium in communication. They are also planning our speech, developing visual support, improving our confidence, delivering our speech, how to become a better writer, writing a business letter, how to use email and text effectively, and writing report. Not only that, this book gives understanding how to listen effectively and give feedback, communicating across country and culture. This book has 4 chapters. They are 1. Understanding communication skill, 2. Speaking and writing, 3 is communicating with your team, and the last is communicating externally. This book brings so many benefits. This book makes me understand that communication is more than just a way to get ideas across or action point of view. It is the process by which we interact with others and seek information essential to our daily life, allowing us to control the circumstances in which we work. The third ebook is Effective People. This book discusses about the effectiveness, people, and the leadership and development of the healthcare organization. This book set out the discipline and attitude for effective people and their organization. In a range of chapters, examine the attitude and discipline that will result in positive gain. This book has 10 chapters. They are 1. Leadership, 2. Organization development, 1. On earth is it, 3. The team player, 4. Organizational learning, can the right hand know what the left hand is doing, 5. HRM, 6 is being patient focused, 7. Building effective organization, the lesson of Nigel the bricklayer. 8 is getting to the very heart of the matter. 9 is personal growth, 7 essential step, and the last is action speak louder than word. So actually, this book helped me to find a rich mixture of the best in leadership and organization development, practice and theory, based on a lifetime of studying and applying the principle of why some healthcare and other organization and individual success and why some fail. And the last ebook is Build a Next Generation Digital Workplace. This book discusses about digital workplace. This book wants us to understand now we have to change to be digital, to provide digital platform where the employees can collaborate, connect, and share information and use it for their day-to-day tasks, enabling them to work from anywhere. This book also discusses the main trend in digital workplace to motivate employees. This book has 12 chapters. They are 1. Introduction to Employee Experience Platform, 2. Requirement Elaboration for EXP, 3. EXP Experience Design, 4. Digital Workplace Development, 5. EXP Strategy, 6. Digital Workplace Testing, 7. Digital Workplace Case Study, 8. Digital Transformation to Next Generation Workplace, 9 is EXP Collaboration, 10. Digital Workplace Security Framework, 11. Digital Workplace Maintenance and Governance, and the last is EXP Case Studies. So actually, this book gives me the importance of digital workplace, so I know it is imperative for organization to design and roll out a digital strategy that engage its workforce effectively. The next question is, how many videos on Edmodo have I watched? Mention the title, explain what the speaker discussed, or explain the videos I have watched. Where do I post my video recording? So actually, I watched 4 videos. First is about managing global HR. This video discusses about how to improve our effectiveness at applying HR knowledge and skill when global issues are involved. Second video is about performance management cycle. This video discusses the steps to create best performance in the workplace. Start from setting employees' goals until do performance appraisal, then repeat all the process like make a cycle. The third video is about advanced human resources executive program. This video talk about experience the advanced human resource executive program with HR guru Dave Ulrich at University of Michigan. And the last video is I want to be human resource officer, a day in the life of human resource officer. This video is about a HR officer sharing a story of how she got the job and how she felt about her job and a brief explanation of what HR officer do. Actually, I post all of the video recording on YouTube, then I share the link on Edmodo and Google Hangout. Next to the next move to the next question. Mention and explain the topic presented by my friends after midterm test of HRM. Who presented the topic? What question did I ask to the presenter? And what question did I answer given by the presenter? How did they present the topic? And what benefit have I got from the topic they have presented to me? So actually, the first presenter is Alda. The topic is leadership. This topic talk about leadership, that explain leadership is the vital ingredient that can make all the difference to the quality of care that our patient experience. Great leadership which focuses on improving for patient. Next presenter is Ma'ruf. Organization development, what on earth is it? This topic talk about organization development or OD. It explained that OD appears to be one of concepts that mean different things to different people. OD is the applied behavioral science discipline dedicated to improving organization and the people in time through the use of the theory and practice of plan change. Next is Lekawati. The topic is the team player. So this topic talk about how to manage a team to be healthcare team. There are 5 common features of successful healthcare team. 1 is they have a clear sense of purpose and direction. 2, they have openness as a key characteristic. 3, they have a balanced membership. 4, they focus their attention on performance. And the last is they have an effective leader who adopt an appropriate leadership style. The fourth presenter is me. I'm talking about organizational learning. Can the right hand know what the left hand is doing? So actually this topic talk about organization that need effective people, but the effective people can get if they have effective communication. This topic explains how to decrease misunderstanding and miscommunication among the department at the organization. Next presenter is Data, talking about HRM. This topic talk how to be professional HR manager. There are 7 ways to achieve it. 1 is recognize and value the dignity of people. 2, assert the importance and value of the HR function to your healthcare organization. 3, demonstrate how the HR function is contributing to the bottom line. 4, understanding the importance of HR strategy. 5, check out the quality roles of your HR professional. 6 is discover the utility of the psychological contract. And the last is set out to achieve best fit rather than best practice. The 6th presenter is Amel. She's talking about being patient focused. In this chapter, they talk about setting out a number of challenges for general and clinical management. We need to be patient to face the greatest obstacle, that is the curse of unacceptable and unplanned variation. Farah Romika is the next presenter. She's talking about building effective organization, the lesson of Nigel the bricklayer. This chapter talks about the 4 organization principles that get from Nigel the bricklayer. There are strong foundation, vision and mission and values, brokenness and humility, and the last is hard work. The 8th presenter is Felicia. The topic is getting to very heart of the matter. So this topic talk about how to solve a problem effectively. We need to dealing with problem issues, dealing with the cause, the real issues. We need to understand the temptation of changing organizational structure and organizational type. Then, Fanny, personal growth 7 essential steps. So actually this topic talk about the 7 essential steps that we need to practice them continually. There are take responsibility, attitude to learning, know yourself, learning diagnosis and prescription, the power of new experience, the triangle of performance, and the last is beware. The 10th presenter is Dela. Actions speak louder than words. This topic talk about how to manage performance. It sounds like a challenge even, but it is a very positive experience that help us to look the gaps at what needs to be done and what is being done, and look the other gaps that may exist. Next presenter is Mei Hua, understanding communication skill. So actually this topic talk about defining communication. The ultimate success of the communication process depend on a large degree on overcoming noise. So make an effort to keep your messages clear, concise, and to the point. If communication is the transfer meaning, then for successful communication to occur, you should understand something just I do. The 12th presenter is Celine, speaking and writing. This chapter tells us about the two of the most important skills for a manager, and often also the most daunting, are to stand up in front of an audience and deliver presentation, and to communication effectively in writing, whether in formal business letter, email correspondence, or detailed report. For both, clear thinking, preparation, and practice are the key to success. Next presenter, Lydia, communicating with your team. This topic tells us about a team is only as good as its communication. Misunderstanding can be cause a high amount of extra work and lost time. When managing a team, focus on giving constructive feedback, briefing truthfully, and dealing effectively with conflict. The 14th presenter is Duffy, communicating externally. So actually this topic brings us to understand in today's global economy, you may find yourself communicating across companies, countries, and culture through a variety of media, including the internet. Focus on your company's core goals and identity to ensure consistent messaging. And the last presenter is Felicia Priscilla. She's talking about changing nature of HRM. This chapter looks at the role of international firms as vehicle for change in the management of human resources. Transnational corporations, or we call it TNCs, are among the most visible manifestation of economic interconnectedness within globalization, with the growth in foreign direct investment, or FDI, comfortably outstripping the in trade between nations in most years. So actually, if we're talking about what I asked or what I answered the question when my friend presenting the material, actually I don't remember what I asked and answered to my friend when they were presenting the material. I just remember one when I asked Ma'ruf the question. The question is like this. Changes are sometimes caused by differences, like when you recruit international employees. So how do you develop your organization if the situation is as above? Then, about the quality of presentation of my friend. Actually, all of my friends present their material so well. They give their best effort to make us understand with what they explain. I got so many benefits because before I don't know and never learned all of the material, but after they were presented to us, it forced me to have to know, then I got the knowledge. Move to the last question. What is my impression studying HRM online? How does COVID-19 affect the way of teaching and learning of HRM? What are the positive and the negative side of COVID-19 related to your study of HRM and the other subject in your university? So actually, I enjoy this class because I felt that learning HRM online encouraged me to get to know managing, especially in using various applications. As we know that there is a lot of digitalization movement, and this is one of the implementation steps. In fact, COVID-19 doesn't change the way learning in HRM class too much, because previously we have also used application to support the learning process. But the thing that is most felt is I miss my friend, I miss my lecturer. And also the learning process face to face sometimes is better and memorable. Talk about the impact of COVID-19, the positive side of COVID-19 is, of course, we feel like we are studying in advanced college because it always utilizing existing technology to support our learning. And the negative side is sometimes there are obstacles with network and other assistive devices that hinder learning process. Now we move to section 2. In this section, I have to answer 13 questions. First, why study human resource management? As we know, human resources help in structuring teams. It builds the organization culture and it helps people with engagement and development. Human resource management creates a lot of difference in enhancing productivity of the employees. At the heart of every successful business life, business lie the human resources team who drive all aspects of staff management. Here are a few benefits human resource professionals bring to the workplace. 1. Improve employee turnover. 2. Conflict resolution. 3. Employee satisfaction. 4. Improve employee performance. 5. Training and development. And the last is help with budget control. The next question. Explain the need for human resource development. So actually, HR covers so much more than hiring, firing, and pay review. It encompasses all aspects of people management, communication, and is pivotal in building a positive culture. Get HR right and you are halfway to making your business dream a reality. Consider the consequences of poor HR when employees don't feel supported, aren't being given opportunities, work long hours, and so on. Their motivation to perform is impacted. Under deliver on effective HR and it has a knock-on effect on your bottom line. The third question, what are the different methods of recruiting employees? So actually, there are the 12 best recruitment methods you need to know about. 1. Direct advertising. 2. Talent pool database. 3. Employee referral. 4. Boomerang employees. 5. Promotion and transfer. 6. Employee exchanges. 7. Requirement agency. 8. Professional organization. 9. Internship and apprenticeship. 10. Requirement event. 11 is word of mouth, and the last is bulletin board. Next question. Differences between a job description and a job specification. So actually there are 4 things that make both of them different. One is about content. Job description usually lists out the job title, location, job summary, working environment, duties to be performed on the job, or etc. Job specification lists out the qualification, experience, training, skill, emotional attribute, mental capabilities of an individual to perform the job. And then it's about measure. Job description measures the tasks and responsibilities attached to the job. Different with job specification, it measures the capabilities that the job holder must possess to perform the job. Next, about usefulness. Job description offers ample information about the job which help the management in evaluating the job performance and divining the training needs of an employee. Different with job specification, it helps the candidate who were applying for a job to analyze whether they are eligible for a particular job or not. Next is benefit. Job description have benefit to statement help to the organization to be clear about who should do what. Different with job specification, its statement help the management to take decision regarding promotion, bonus, internal transfer, and salary increase. Next question, what are the goals of performance appraisal? So actually, the main objective of performance appraisal is to measure and improve the performance of employees and increase their future potential and value to the company. Other objectives include providing feedback, improving communication, understanding training needs, clarifying roles and responsibilities, and determining how to allocate reward. Other goals are providing feedback, facilitating promotion decision, and the last is right sizing or downsizing decision. The sixth question, what do you understand by industrial relation? So actually the industrial relation, or we call it IR, encompasses the relationship between the management and workmen and the role of regulatory body to resolve any industrial dispute. As the name implies, industry relation comprises 2 words, industry and relation, where industries covers the production activity in which the group of workmen engage in, while the relation show the relationship between the management and the workers within the industry. HR plays a significant role into this working scenario where the harmonious relationship between the employers and the employee is needed to have an uninterrupted production. The industrial relation mainly cover the following: regulatory body to resolve industrial dispute, collective bargaining, the role of management, union and government, labor, legislation, workers, grievance redressal system, disciplinary policy and practice, industrial relation training. That's all. Next question. Briefly explain the importance of discipline. So, discipline in business is a type of training in which individuals are subject to particular regulation designed to mold behaviors. It is necessary to instill a disciplining program in your small business in order to move forward. An effective regimen will help improve workplace performance, provide a safe and honest environment conducive to production. If we implement discipline in an organization, we will get some benefit. There are: 1. Promote appropriate behavior. A disciplined environment helps put both management and employees on their best behavior. Manager must strictly adhere to the company's protocol in order to effectively lead those looking to them as example. Next is efficiency. Efficiency is tied to a disciplined organization. Staff members must discipline themselves in working in timely manner to produce quality output. Next is peaceful environment. Peacefulness ensures when you have a workplace that is committed to values of a concentrated regimen. Next, the benefit is fairness. Discipline helps to produce an honest environment in which everyone is treated fairly. The next benefit is ensure safety. Safety in your small company is of vital importance. You don't want any of your staff or customer to suffer preventable accident from which personal harm occur, so which could also lead to possible legal action. The equation divine conflict. Whenever two individuals opine in different way, a conflict arises. In layman language, conflict is nothing but fight either between two individuals or among group members. No two individuals can think alike, and there is definitely a difference in their thought process as well as their understanding. Disagreements among individuals lead conflict and fight. Conflict arises whether individuals have different values, opinions, needs, interests, and are unable to find a middle way. Conflict is defined as a clash between individuals arising out of a difference in thought process, attitude, understanding, interest, requirement, and even sometimes perception. A conflict results in heated argument, physical abuses, and definitely loss of peace and harmony. Next question. What is the purpose for conducting selection interview? So actually, there are so many purposes. The purpose of selection process is to pick up the most suitable candidate who will meet the requirement of the job in an organization best, to find out which job applicant will be successful if hired. To meet this goal, the company obtains and assesses information about the applicant in terms of age, qualification, skill, experience, etc. The needs of the job are matched with the profile of the candidate. The most suitable person is then picked up after eliminating this unsuitable applicant through successive stages of selection process. The 10th question. Briefly describe the importance of motivation. So actually, the process of motivation plays a very important role in any organization, profit or non-profit. The managerial process of direction is driven primarily by the process of motivation as it creates within the mind of an employee the desire to work in the direction determined by the manager. The following aspect may be considered under this head. 1. Increases productivity. 2. Ensure organizational efficiency. 3. Ensure loyal workforce. 4. Ensure a reactive workforce. 5. Facilitates direction. So, the role of motivation cannot be understood in an organization. It is a simple process that requires an understanding of human mind and behavior. Such an understanding and proper action thereby stimulating the motive of an employee help in initiating and maintaining action and help extensively in satisfying organizational objective. The 11th question: explain the main characteristic of staffing. Main characteristics of staffing are: staffing is an integral part of the management process. 2. It is required in each and every organization. It is pervasive function. 3. It is concerned with attracting and retaining people. 4. It is the function of every manager and not simply of human resource department. And the last is, it is a continuous function because needs of an organization keep on changing and some people leave the organization from time to time. The next question: explain the role of audit in human resource management. As we know, human resource audit has a key role to play in pointing out the loopholes in the HRM system of a company. Once detected, this can easily be addressed to ensure growth. HR auditing consists of diagnosis, analyzing, evaluating, and assessing future line of action within the framework of HRM. HR auditing is a basic tool for the management of a company. Its objective is not only the control and quantifying of results, but also the adoption of a wider perspective that will aid in defining future line of action in the HRM field. The last question: what is the importance of training? Importance of training employees for your organization is to fully understand how to deliver great training. It's vital to know why training is significant for employees. We have created an infographic that highlights the importance of training employees in an organization. 1. Improve employee performance. The prime motivator for employee training is to improve productivity and performance, and when executed well, it does just that. It provides your employees with the expertise they need to fulfill their role and make a positive impact on your business. 2. Increase engagement. Engaged employees have an increased level of productivity. 3. Improve employee retention and growth. It's common knowledge that the hiring and onboarding process can be a costly and time-consuming task and a powerful byproduct of increased performance and engagement through training is improved employee retention. 4. Consistency in training. Actually, creating consistency within an organization is difficult, but training helps reduce a disparity between your team. 5 is track employee skill. 6 is address internal weaknesses. A lack of awareness of internal weakness is hazardous thing within an organization. 7. Happier customers. Perhaps the most impactful aspect of employee training is its beneficial effect on your business growth. Next, the third section. This is content one review article and one review of some videos from YouTube. First is review article. 1. What is the title of the article I read? What does the article explain to me? The title of the article is Examining the Gender Influence on Employee Work engagement within the South African university. This article explains about an organization should prioritize and promote employees' work engagement if they are to effectively realize their goals and objectives. This study seeks to examine the influence of gender on employees' level of work engagement within a South African university. Next question: what is the problem statement formulated in the article? The problem that formulated in this article is about the data were analysis using SPSS software, and the findings show no statistically significant gender differences among employees with regard to their levels of work engagement. The finding provides scope for the further research in South Africa, which should examine ethnic and cultural connotation related to gender. Next question: mention and explain the theories used in the article. Why does the writer use the theories? So actually, the theories used in the article is used Kant in 1990 for further study on condition of work that affect people engagement. Found three psychological antecedents, which are meaningfulness, safety, and availability. First, psychological meaningfulness refers to a feeling that one is receiving a return on investment of oneself in a currency of physical, cognitive, and emotional energy. 2. Psychological safety is about the feeling able to show and employ oneself without fear of negative consequences to self-image, status, or career. And the last is psychological availability. It refers to a sense of having the psychological resources to personally engage at a particular moment. The writer used these theories because these three psychological antecedents were tested by May et al. In 2004, whose findings confirmed their positive relationship with work engagement. It also considers work engagement as a distinct concept that Kant's perspective provides a sound conceptual base for research on engagement. Hence the decision to embrace it as a theoretical foundation in this study. The third question: mention and explain the previous research in the article I have read, and why is the previous research very important? The previous research is important by Valley et al. In 2006 across a number of countries shows inconsistent results in the relationship between work engagement and gender. In the South African sample, women were found to have a higher work engagement than men. Thus, it is assumed in the study that women have higher levels of work engagement in the target South African university. Although the new organizational logic appeared to be gender neutral on the surface, the remain gender, and this influences individuals' abilities to demonstrate work engagement. Next question: what was the research method used by the writers? Why did they use the methods? So actually, this article used research approach, research participant, measures, research procedure, and data analysis. Why using this method is because it is suitable with the case. Then, how did I find the sampling method used by the writers? Actually, the writers show it clearly in the article. I think he or she deliberately did this to make the reader understand how the method works. Next question: explain the research finding in the article you have read. First is research approach. This study follows a quantitative non-experimental cross-sectional survey design. Primary data were collected from employees working in a South African university in order to achieve the purpose of the study. Second is research participant. So actually participants in this study were 154 employees purposefully sampled from a South African university. Participants were academic 80% and support professional is 20%, who had some background in economic and management science discipline. The sample was predominantly African, with the percentage is 52%, with the remaining percentage split between white 37%, Asians is 8%, and colored is 3%. Females comprise 61% of the participant relative to 39% being males. About 66% of the participant were married, and 54% were in the employment of the institution for at least 5 years, and about 59% of the participants had been in their current position for 5 years. The next method is measure. So in this article, work engagement was measured using the Utrecht Work Engagement Scale, or UWES, and this tool is a 17-item self-report instrument that include 3 subscales, namely figure include 6 items, dedication include 5 items, and the last is absorption including 6 items. The next method is research procedure. Permission and ethics clearance to conduct the study was obtained from the target university before data collection commenced. The research questionnaire was distributed to the target participant using the staff contact directory, which lists all staff members employee in the economic and management science discipline. A drop-in and pick-up method was applied to distribute the questionnaire, and the questionnaire contained a covering letter which explained the purpose of the study. Participant consent were obtained prior to data collection, and they were advised of the voluntary nature of the research, including issues pertaining to anonymity and confidentiality. The last method is data analysis. So actually, in this method, we were analyze data using the statistical package for social science, or we call it SPSS software version 23. Both descriptive and inferential statistics were computed in line with the purpose of the study. Frequency distribution were computed in order to profile the respondent in terms of their demographic characteristics. After a normality assumption was not held regarding the data, a non-parametric test was conducted to establish the mean differences between males and females with respect to their levels of work engagement. Furthermore, an intern correlation and multiple regression analysis were computed to establish the correlation metric and relationship between gender and 3 subscales of UWES, that is figure, dedication, and absorption. Then next to review video. So actually they have 5 link video of YouTube on YouTube. And the first question is, who is the speaker on each video? First link, the speaker is Way Forward. The second link, the speaker is Litmus Hero. The third link, the speaker is Swedish. The fourth link, the speaker is World Health Organization. And the last link, the speaker is World Health Organization. Next question. What do the speakers talk and explain the video? In the first link, the speaker explained about how to having an effective communication with someone. The speaker give an explanation the difference of talking and communicating. The second link, they're talking about how to deal with a conflict. And the third link, they're talking about how to reduce stress in workplace. The fourth link, they're talking about preventing COVID-19 in your workplace or while teleworking. And the last link, the speaker opened a question and answer session about the coronavirus and the thing related to COVID-19. The third question, what theories can you get from watching the videos above? So actually, I got so many theories. First is some of theory that I got was we need to avoid relying on visual aids. Engage the audience in discussion. 3 is master the art of timing. 4 is getting to know your audience. And the last is focus on earning respect instead of love. Not only that, I got some theories that was we need to focus on behavior and even not on personalities. We had to listen carefully, identify a point of agreement and disagreement. We have to prioritize the areas of conflict, and last is develop a plan to work on each conflict. Not only that, some of theories that I got was we need to keep a positive attitude, accept that there are even that you can control, and the last is be assertive instead of aggressive. And we during this pandemic we have to stay at home and avoid direct contact with anyone. If you feeling unwell or even have a mild cold, a mild cough, it will help protect your colleagues at work and your family members at home. If you are feeling well and need to go to work, you can reduce your risk of catching the virus by avoiding crowded public transport. And the most important, you have to avoid using your hand to touch common objects like elevator buttons, door handles, or staircase railings. The fourth question, how do the videos benefit me as a student? Actually, from those 5 videos, it gave me an insight about how to having an effective communication with someone, how to deal with a conflict, how to reduce stress in the workplace. And for the coronavirus information, it helped me to get to know more about coronavirus itself so I could protect myself and prevent the causes. And the last question is, can you understand the speaker in these videos I have watched? Why? So actually I can understand with all of they talking about, because all of the videos I have watched is quite well explained. The speaker give a detailed information and how they communicate it very interesting, and they make the audience including me not getting bored, so I enjoy it so well. So that's all from me, that this is the answer of the final exam of HRM class. Thank you for watching. See ya.